Welcome to Popcorn and Plot Holes. Welcome back to my show.
No. Hey, enough. This is too much excitement. It's the 80s.
This?
Tone it down.
Who is this?
This is too much cocaine.
Dad?
Yes, it's your
God?
father, real Matt. Don't make me rip your throat out. I'm taking back my show.
Oh my God.
Get the fuck out of here.
I had it. It was in the palm of my hands.
You forgot how the show works. The structure. You just skipped along.
Spencer just used in this one intro the whole of the energy that Matt's going to use for the rest of the episode. So I think we're good.
That's the rest of the energy for the year. That's all
right, Matt's gonna take back over. You guys can turn off the podcast now.
Wow.
You know you're still in this, right?
Just kidding. Good to have you back, Madamus.
Yay, I'm back. Joining me first time, last time, Spencer.
I'm also
That's
fired.
not ominous. That's not ominous.
No. It's just the thing you say. It's a colloquialism. It's fine.
It's the saying the kids say.
Yeah, it's fine. Luciano.
Yeah. I hope it's on my last time too.
Yeah. Chris.
You watch yourself.
You kick me off this podcast, I'm going to start another one using WhatsApp voice messages alone.
Wow.
And Luciano's going to be my co-host.
I will. No, I was going to say that's the one I won't listen to ever.
That's the one you will listen to, bitch.
And with me, the new, old, and future replacement for Spencer Luciano and Chris, other Matt.
I
squared.
see.
Matt's
It's
squared.
Mapotism. It's Mapotism.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
You get it.
I mean, I haven't even decided. I'm technically not even here of my own volition. It's against my will here. I just kind of showed up.
That's right.
With cake,
Yes.
and Chris
said
was like,
Cake.
Come on in. Come on
Wait.
in.
You showed up, but Chris kidnapped you in his own
Yes.
home?
"Yes,
Yeah.
I locked the doors.
nah."
You weren't supposed to say that, Matt Squared. We had a deal.
I locked the doors from the inside. Matt doesn't know how to operate keys.
Say goodbye to your puppy.
Well, you know.
Put the cake in the basket.
What? Wait, I'm confused. Was I just not allowed to tell you guys that I was eating cake? Because
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the problem. Yeah,
That's
cake
the problem.
was
Yeah.
the issue.
I mean, it is a lot, and it's an issue. But I'm trying,
Sugar.
Good for
living my
you.
life.
Diabetes
Well,
is a real threat. So
Well,
watch
edit
out.
that.
Diabetes.
Let's talk about the movie we watched. We watched Roadhouse.
What the fuck is this?
The Jake Gyllenhaal. No, not the Jake Gyllenhaal.
Ugh.
The Jeff
again.
Healy vehicle.
Yeah,
There we go.
Canadian legend Jeff Healy. Yes.
Do we have Luciano? I don't think enough people know about.
I don't.
Spencer knows nothing about Canadian
I know.
hero.
I know he's a guitar
Healy.
player.
Luciano, can you give us a Jeff Healy fact to help Spencer learn? Educate
Of
this
course.
man.
I need to learn.
Did you know that in 2011, Woodford Park in Toronto was renamed Jeff Healy Park in his honor?
Healy facts.
Nice.
We can brand that. So we watched Roadhouse from 1989, the original, with original Dalton, Patrick Swayze. I'm pretty sure none of the other characters existed
Other actors.
between the two movies.
The closest one is the doctor who's named Elizabeth
It's
here
different.
and Allie in the other one.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah, which is basically short for Elizabeth if you want it to be.
Yes.
Don't worry about it. So we watched Roadhouse 1989. We want to compare the two. We figured it was a good way to look at a classic movie that was redone for a contemporary audience, and we also decided to do it backwards because fuck you. That's why.
Yep.
Let's talk about this movie. We like to be positive. We like to talk about good things about this movie. What was your favorite thing about Roadhouse from 1989?
First off, motherfuckers put some respect on their elders, okay? So, number one, Dalton gets the job and accepts it, and then like on his way out, like before he like gets into his Mercedes, he tosses the keys of the previous car to who I affectionately call the hood dude. IMDb calls him the derelict, but that's not what I was ready to do. So that's number one. Number two, when Dalton shows up at the farmhouse and like talking to Emmett's asking him questions, and he's like, "Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir," with sincerity. Okay, I'm
Yes.
appreciating the respect for the elders. It felt like a time long gone.
I like that too.
Yeah.
And I'm the old guy.
Great power.
Yes, sir. Let's just refer
I'll allow
to.
that. I'll allow that.
Let's call Luciano Sir because he's old.
All right.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Sure.
So old.
Okay, sir.
Sure. I'll take it. I never knew how respect felt, so.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
You're gonna learn today.
I hate it. Chris liked the respect, which is good, and says some concerning things about him, but we won't dig into it too far. Spencer, why don't you redirect this thing?
I really liked the dirtiness of this movie. It just felt like
Like the tits
grimy
and the stabby.
yeah, that all added to it. It was just like it felt like again. I we're gonna get into, I'm sure, like comparing, but if the new Roadhouse felt like a sanitized, watered down version of this movie, like this movie felt like it was like rough and like a real bar with like real like bad dudes, and I don't know. It just like felt like it was something that you weren't supposed to watch as a kid.
Yeah.
You know?
You felt the shit getting kicked in this film. Like, you really did, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's
what
it was.
Like, I just like the grime. It's like you don't see it anymore. Everything's so fucking
This
produced.
movie is like the 80s compressed into 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated the lack of production, like, you know, not
There's that
overly
too.
produced feel.
Overproduction, I think, is the word you're looking for.
Yeah. I mean, I know there was production. I like this movie a lot, so it's like I'm not shitting on it. I mean, I really liked how I guess real it felt
Yes.
for how stupid it is.
Also, yes. Luciano, what do you got for me?
There's no doubt in my mind. The soundtrack and everything about the music in this movie is fucking
Fucking me, you're
amazing.
going to pick the soundtrack.
Come on, dude. It's Jeff Healey and Jeff Healey doing like playing Doors songs, playing Bob Dylan songs. It was great. Like just, I did something in this movie that I never do, which is, sometimes, they fade out into some song
You
into
bought
the
the
credits.
cassette of the soundtrack?
I had that before. No, I didn't. No, I watched the whole credits just because it was Jeff Healey playing. I just watched the whole thing. I loved it.
Okay.
The soundtrack has a song by Patrick Swayze singing on it.
That's
just
true.
so you
It
know.
does. It does, yeah.
But
Didn't make the movie.
yeah,
It wasn't She's Like the Wind, was it? No. That didn't fit.
But like I realized also I don't think I had ever watched the whole movie. I think I saw 2 or 3 scenes of this movie back in the day, and that was it.
You're welcome.
I've never seen this movie, and I've seen most movies. So
I've seen most movies. That's a bold
Every
claim.
movie ever made.
I've seen every movie ever made except this movie. So it was nice to check it off the list.
Really
No,
helped
like
out,
this era and this type of movie is like right up my alley. And I'm shocked that I've never seen it. And I was just like, yes.
I'm solving problems for all of you. I've seen this movie, I don't know, 6 times now. It's not important.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thanks to TBS, right?
Yeah, sure. TBS.
You can't watch this on TBS.
Yeah, I did.
I used to friend guys like you in prison.
Yeah,
That's what they did.
Very
They-
modern. Facebook in prison. Nice
Not
good
gonna
job.
show you my doors.
Matt, what was your favorite part?
I mean, I honestly had to suffer through the new one, so this was just like a breath of greasy air, like just right in my face. That was just so nice. I have to say, Sam Elliott. I mean,
Oh yeah.
what a man! Like just that, good old fashioned Southern charm. Like you just wanted that man all the time to just talk, just sweet noise in my ear, just like
to
really,
steal your girl.
Oh yeah,
Literally.
Miho. I respect you, Miho. That's all I needed. More of that.
yeah.
And that was just everything about it. Loved it. Loved all of it. Same thing too. Loved the greasiness, the griminess, and like, it's just so nice.
Matt, do you think that they killed him in the movie because he was stealing too much of the swagger of the movie from Swayze, and they had to just get rid of him?
Yeah, no, I mean, they literally probably looked at that. They had to come back and recut that, definitely, because they looked at that and they were just like, man,
That man has too much power.
I'm not only filled with respect for this man, but I am fully erect. And when that happens, I mean, he's got to go.
with
You
him
know?
and Swayze on screen, it was too much BDE for one
no.
movie.
Too much. Too much.
Too much.
Spencer, that dovetails into my favorite part of this movie. It's fucking Swayze just
The BDE.
Swayzeing all over this fucking
all
film.
over the place.
Oh,
It's
I love
crane style, bro. Crane style.
He had me when he was in the hospital putting the moves on Dr. Elizabeth. I was like, "Take me, I'm ready."
right?
I'm Elizabeth now.
How would you
Say no more.
He was svelte.
Mm.
He was very svelte. It was
I mean,
beautiful.
Every character fell in love.
Mm.
Like when he was doing Tai Chi, and then it cuts to the farmer, and he's like, "Whew." Like he's so even he was like wiping his like whoa.
Even Brad Wesley from across the fucking lake stopped
Yeah.
his 3-wheeler to like goggle at him.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh damn, no, that's a man.
Very much understand that.
It actually brings me to my first question about this movie. So they it's a bit of a throwaway, but it comes back later at the car dealership. But like Jeff Healey, aka Cody, tells Patrick Swayze's character that Dr. Elizabeth used to date Brad Wesley.
Well, he wanted to
That's the
date
word.
her, and she didn't. She wasn't having any of it.
Yeah, but it's just like how?
It's random. It's so fucking random.
Doesn't make any sense. Like how? Why? What?
It's the 80s.
No, I know, but like Brad Wesley, come on, guy, you're not getting anybody.
You're not getting the same girl Patrick Swayze is pulling, okay?
Yeah.
No.
Stay in your lane.
Brad Wesley couldn't get Elizabeth's uncle's ugly wife. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
on. Low
get
blow.
there. We'll get there
Low
later.
blow.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Fred.
Too soon.
Too soon. Half of the people in this movie are dead.
Yeah. I actually thought that because she said she was married before. I thought they were inferring that they were married.
I thought
Yeah.
so too, but I
Yeah.
could not.
Oh, I never made that connection. I hope
They
that's
said
not the
dating
case.
later on
Yeah.
in the film.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what Cody says is, do you know who used to have who has a thing for Dr. Clay?
Mhm.
It's Brad Wesley, but I don't
Yeah.
understand.
He's
I
like
don't
the
think,
whole damn town.
Have you seen her?
She's a beautiful doctor.
Everyone who's ever met her.
Yeah, has had a thing for her.
Put some
He's like,
respect on that MD, bro. Mighty delicious.
I feel like you weren't so. It's fine.
What?
that's very on brand for the 80s, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
As we are reviewing.
yeah.
Yeah.
You sound like Wade. That girl's got
That
way
girl's
too
got
many brains to
entirely-
have an ass
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my
girls
god.
got entirely too many brains to have an ass like that.
Thank you for saying in unison. That was very helpful.
Yeah,
Um,
easier to chop it out in editing.
just cut the whole
Cut it out.
section and skip.
no, we aren't saying this. The movie said it.
The
and
movie
we're just
saying it.
repeating it. It's like how you can say certain words in rap songs because the rappers say it, right?
I don't think
That's
you
the
can.
same.
I don't think
Mo-
that's how that works.
Actually, no.
Oh,
Really? I have decided as the new host of this show, we shall proceed in this moment.
Doesn't feel right.
Just checking, just asking.
Feels dirty.
Ghost power.
So the next thing I want to talk about, I think, is Dalton as a cooler gets paid $500 a night, right?
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Plus 5K up front.
Yeah.
Plus 5K up front. And so that's 1980s money, right?
Yeah.
So
1980s U.S. currency.
So we looked this up before the podcast started just to understand. So $500 then was what, Luciano?
1,200 now.
1,200. So if Dalton works 5 nights a week, which seems reasonable, at the Roadhouse, then he will make more money than current day
$11,000.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, what's that word? You do the math. 1,200 times 5. Computer. Engage.
I just fucking
Six-
did before.
Well, how much is it?
It's like $9,000 or something.
No,
Something.
1,200 times 5. That's 6,000.
Or that.
You fuck.
I said I did the math. I didn't say I did it right.
6K a week plus
fair.
5K. That's pretty.
Plus
that's pretty good.
12K up front, the 5,000.
Plus 12. Yeah, that's right. It was 5,080s
So
cocaine dollars.
Gyllenhaal was what, 20 grand up front and then 5,000 a week? In
I thought it was
today
just
money?
5,000 a week.
Arithmetic,
No, he said-
children.
He's had 20,000, but like even then, it's still not enough money.
So what you're saying is Gyllenhaal's getting fucked.
Well, as we established in the last podcast, he wasn't really
He was a
doing
terrible
much of a
bouncer.
job.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. He was overpaid.
There's
You know,
At
a lot
least
of-
Dalton
right.
here
Numbers
was
here.
actually doing something.
Dalton did it with a great like hire. Like he didn't just kick ass. He trained.
That money
Yeah.
was well worth it.
Well
Well
spent.
spent. Yeah.
He fixed their like all the criminal activity going on within the staff. He cleaned that place up.
It was
He
like
got the booze.
$120 a week or whatever. or
150.
a night,
Yeah.
a night he was skimming off of.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
paying
yeah.
a salary right there.
Yeah,
There you
that was Dalton earned. Comes down to who's the better bouncer. It's pretty fucking
Also,
clear.
I think this is the
Oh, yeah.
first movie where I've seen the guy who's Dalton's boss, that actor.
Not
I
be a
was-
bad guy.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
sure he was going to be the bad guy.
Me too. That guy's the bad guy in so many things, and I
Yeah.
don't know what.
That
Kevin
explains
Teague.
Kevin
Yeah.
Teague. That explains
Yes.
why whenever he smiled, I was like, that's sweet.
That
He's up
sounds
to
wrong.
I got an easy feeling.
What's he the bad
Yeah.
guy in? Can somebody pull that up, please?
Something with
Versus
Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know.
I know, right? It's like some other
Definitely.
80s.
Or Mel Gibson or one of those, yeah.
It's like he just seems like I know he's not the villain from RoboCop, but it's like that archetype.
Another 48 Hours, K9, like as in like Jimmy Belushi.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, that movie's awesome.
Today
But there's
You
something
Died
else.
with Steven Seagal. And
He's
what
a
looks
villain
like-
in a Steven Seagal film.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
That's true. Yeah. I feel like there's one more that we're missing.
We got to go back farther in time, I think, to
Okay,
really
so
get
back,
him.
back farther, 1990.
But I was
Murder, She
I was
Wrote.
like, he shows up.
That's what
he
it is.
shows up at whatever the bandstand is the name of the original bar where he works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he walked in. I'm like, oh, villain.
Yeah.
Villain.
There's
He's like,
another
I'm here.
movie from
I'm here to-
1980 There's another one he's in from 1989 called Fat Man and Little Boy. That seems like it's ripe for a remake. Just from the title alone.
They did.
That's
It's
it,
called
boy.
Oppenheimer.
Teeter into dark tier level.
called
Perry
Open-
Mason and Tales from the Crypt.
Oh
Yeah.
my lord.
The sequel's
Whoa.
called Oppenheimer.
Oh,
It's
that's not nice.
good. It's a good reference.
It's true. That
okay.
Fat Man and Little Boy, the David Nukes, they drop on.
Yeah,
Japan.
exactly.
Yeah.
Learn your history.
Yeah, you fucks. No, but when he walked into the bar at the beginning, I totally expected to walk up and be like, I'm here to buy this establishment,
Yeah,
and I
that's
will
what I
not take
thought.
no for an answer.
And I'll take that boy over there who's doing all the cooling, too.
I'll buy him too.
I'll
Nah.
buy him too.
Excuse me, I have to go kick some dogs.
Well, that was Brad Wesley. Like
Yeah, I know.
that scene where he's driving and singing and just going like crazy.
Yes,
In the
swerving
middle of
into
the-
oncoming traffic. What
What
is he
the
thinking?
What the fuck was
Like,
that?
That would kill you too.
Yeah, is that a power move? Or just like a death wish?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has suicidal tendencies.
He didn't do that.
Making a note.
He did that sober.
I wonder
No, he
how
did
many
that
coconuts
cokedly.
He had in the back.
How many what?
Coconuts he had in the back.
Hey, yeah.
Chris, I got to ask you, why do you think anything Brad Wesley did wasn't cockedly? It's the
Yeah.
80s.
That's the level of his malevolence.
No, it was breakfast. Coke was breakfast for him.
No,
Come on.
no, yeah, it's coke enhanced.
Okay, well that's interesting. It makes so based on that.
Coke-hanced, I think is the...
Coke-hands. You come
Coke
up
hands,
with content, y'all. Your ears be glistening now. Coke hands, cokedly driving, singing "Shaboom," unfazed by Patrick Swayze's splendor and magnificence.
Oh, he was phased. He was
Yeah,
phased.
he was
Wow,
very
Everyone
phased.
was phased.
He was no. Swayze was phased, but Wesley was not.
Oh, he was phased.
Well, Wesley was out of phase. That's how much coke he had on him or
Damn.
in him, in
Is
him,
it?
and
Let's-
on him,
let's
and above
In
him.
him, on him, around him.
Yeah.
Can we rank the top 5 people from this movie in terms of cocaine usage? So Brad Wesley won, obviously.
Yeah, 100%.
I would say Jimmy's probably giving him a run for his money.
Yeah.
What about
Well,
what
same
about,
stash, right? Probably.
Emmett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Emmett's got something.
Oh,
something with his time out there.
you know who's definitely like doing more than you think, more than you'd expect, was Wesley's girl.
Oh, yeah.
Denise.
Again, same stash.
Yeah,
Like for
yeah,
her
yeah.
body weight, you're like,
Yeah.
damn, she packs it down.
Denise.
The coke.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coke.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
the coke.
Morgan.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And Terry-
Morgan, the first bouncer who's at the Double Deuce, Terry Funk. WWE
Well,
legend.
I don't know if it was coked, but I think he had some sort of a deal with the furniture company because he was doing more damage to that bar than the drunk people were.
Yeah.
Like his answer to anybody creating problems was to destroy the entire fucking bar.
Is
Trial
that
practice.
not the cocaine?
That's
is
fair.
the
That's
cocaine.
fair.
Yeah,
That is
or
fair.
Yeah.
Or maybe roid rage.
Yeah, it could be
Oh,
road
yeah.
rage as
Bit of
well.
both. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the
Mix
guy
it
who's
together.
the guy he fired who was banging the girl in the back on
Right.
his break?
That's cokedly.
He seems
Yeah.
pretty coked in general.
I also know he's another one of those. Oh, that guy, and I don't know his name. I don't remember what movie he's been in, but I've seen him everywhere.
Other
Chris.
80s villain roles.
I'm putting you on the case.
To find the guy? To find the
Of that
the
other
guy
guy.
who was sexing?
That's going to be tougher because
Yeah,
I don't
Steve
even have a
was
name.
his character name, right?
Oh,
you're
good job.
That'll be tough because none of us were paying attention to his face.
Or name. Or character.
Or face or anything else, let's be honest.
I remember that his tan stopped at like his waist, and that was it.
Search that. Search men with tan lines. I'm sure you'll find them.
Yeah, put that in your Google history.
Man with
But
farmer's tan.
Man with tan lines.
I don't want that in my
80s
search history.
cocaine.
Not even in incognito. That's not
cheek
worth
to
it.
cheek tan lines. That's all I want to see.
Nipple to nipple.
Nipple to nipple.
Yeah.
Hey.
What else we talk about this movie? Let's the one thing I think we should talk about because I think it's really transparent from this movie to the new one is like everything is just real in this movie, right? Like they clearly blew up all these buildings. They clearly did all these combat hand to hand. I mean, there's a little bit of makeup work probably done on the throat ripping out scene. Maybe they're real. I don't know.
And they had
one
to do
of
it.
one of the funniest things in this is when Dalton fights the bartender guy when he comes back after being fired, and he pulls a knife on him, and like before he gets punched, he already has blood on his face. And then
right there.
and then the fat guy slices at Dalton, and it's like clearly ketchup, like just immediately apparent that it's not blood. It's amazing. It's like they skimmed on this so they can blow up more buildings.
Hey,
That's what they did.
this movie wasn't in HD when it was released, okay?
That's fair. That is also fair.
Easier to fool back then, you know?
Yeah.
But you had to think about the budget. The budget had to go somewhere, and clearly it went to Dalton's outfits and wardrobe because the boy was
just the size of his pants,
well the
right?
pants were fine,
Just
but
the
I mean,
amount of fabric.
That's half the budget.
that's half the budget, and then that almost like gi like top piece that he had. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
That's true. Yeah.
that's semi kung. That's
The suit coat that says "I know martial arts."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dalton Senpai over there.
Hey, italiras.
I thought you were going to say on boobies because there's a lot of those too.
On topless women. And most of them weren't for the movie.
Yeah.
Just for the 1980s executives.
A lot of silicone.
Well, that's what it was.
The
Like,
cocaine budget.
Well, they
like
certainly
it
didn't
takes
spend
a
money
little.
on
It
top.
takes a little bit of time for the boobies to
Because no
come,
one
and then
was
when they
wearing
come,
tops.
it's just
They
nonstop.
don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they pop, you just can't stop.
Yep.
No, they don't pop. They jiggle. That was a lot of silicone.
Oof.
It was the 80s.
Wow.
Hey,
Different time.
A lot of
Can't believe
tans. Everyone was very tanned.
yeah,
Yeah.
big and glistening.
Well,
Yeah.
again, that was
Did we
very
find out where
80s.
this movie took place?
Oh, that's a good
Where?
No.
So
We
the
talked about it last
synopsis says south of the Macy-Dixon line, but I don't think they ever say the name. No, Jasper. Name of the city is Jasper.
Yeah, Jasper. That's
Oh.
right.
Jasper where? In a
Is-
country that has like 24 Springfield, Jasper could be anywhere.
Let's see. Let's find out.
Jasper,
USA. Where we come-
Louisiana.
Texas.
Very
There's a
likely.
Jasper,
That
Texas.
would work. Yeah.
There's a Jasper in Alabama.
That would
feels,
also work.
that feels more accurate.
I would
There's
say
a Jasper
Texas
in Indiana.
isn't Wade singing about Texas when he's dancing with her? Like how
He
they
said-
sing within old Texan?
He
Well, but
says
The
That's
song
'cause it's
is
Sam Elliott.
All my
Yeah.
exes.
That's because
Yeah.
it's Sam Elliott. That's why.
Yeah,
But it's a song that's
all
on the
my
radio.
exes are from Texas.
Yeah.
exactly.
So it's a song on the radio. So maybe that was a
Okay.
hint.
It's in the South for sure.
Yeah.
And it was
Oh,
filmed
100%.
in California, so yes, in the South. Okay.
That's definitely California. Yeah, obviously. I do have a. I don't know if this is the right spot for this question, but you know, we watch both movies, and we're gonna blow a bit of it when we rank this movie. But I'm just curious, having seen both, do you have a preference? Don't give away your rating for this movie if possible.
Right.
But like
Guys-
a preference or
Guys, let's
things
all
that
say
worked?
it together. Okay,
That's not gonna work.
3,
Because we don't know what we're gonna say.
2,
Yeah.
1.
Roadhouse.
This one. Yeah, Roadhouse. Yeah. Okay.
No,
The
the
double
original. Original.
I would
They're
tend
both
to-
called
Oh,
called Roadhouse. You
100%.
idiot.
That's the joke, you
It's-
idiot.
I keep telling you, jokes have to be funny.
No, listen. As the
I
new
hate-
host of this
I hate you.
I decided in this moment that the answer is Roadhouse.
Okay.
No, for me, it's the original by.
Yeah.
It was actually interesting for me because I've seen a lot of remakes, and obviously, most of them are not as good as the originals. But always, I'd seen the original first, so when I saw the remake, I was always like disappointed, be like, this is worse, this is worse, this is worse. This is probably the first time ever that I watched the remake before the original, and it was actually like far more interesting because I was like, oh, this is how you do it right. As opposed to like watching it and being like, oh, they did this wrong. I'm like, actually,
I had the same experience. Yeah. I was like,
Same.
I think I like this one more because I watched the other one first. I think I would have liked this one less if I had.
it's like
had
you
more-
appreciate the structure so much more, like the stakes, like how they build up the stakes and
Not even
caring
just
about
that, but like
characters.
even the side characters they have so much more charm and like they're so like Emmett and Red and like they're all like interesting in their own right.
Yeah.
Whereas like we talked about this last time, like Frankie was like, oh yeah, she was in this movie on the new one, but she makes no difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
And
is
then
like this has more heart. That's the way I thought of it.
And one of the biggest points that that new Matt and I were talking about, like I forgot. I've seen this movie many times as like a kid and teen, and then like time passes and it fades. But then when I saw Sam Elliott here and the connection that Wade and Dalton have, that just enriched like that dynamic.
So much.
Gave Dalton a real past to chew on. And like,
Meanwhile, fucking Gyllenhaal had Post Malone. Like, come on.
It's just as good. It's just as good.
that guy, I'm not fighting that guy. That's that fucking guy.
Listen,
But
I
also,
was
like,
just making up their titty quota for the new one. Okay,
yeah, exactly. They
True.
But
I kind of wanted someone to grab his tits and be like, "I can't kiss him. I don't have $20."
$20. Now that would have made that movie good.
Such fucking iconic lines on this one too.
Oh my god, the lines everywhere.
Yeah.
But
This
to
is
have
what the
Wade
80s were
also
the best for.
but also
Right?
like you brought up Wade, like him not being in the new one, and then him dying was like made me want to see like Patrick Swayze get revenge.
Yeah.
It made me like fired up to see the confrontation because it's like it had stakes, and then in the new one, I'm like, why did he even want to take down the bad guy? Like it just seemed like I don't even remember. Like he was just like
At
annoyed.
least it was the burning down the book house or the book
The bookstore,
place.
the book house. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
the bookstore
it's
that
not
he
my-
went to.
It's
went to
not
once.
my first
Yeah.
language, Chris.
Call-
It's okay.
the book where the books live.
The book
Books
place.
written in the house on the wall.
Yes, the
where
home of the
where
books.
The daddy and the doll to live, and they
Yeah,
call
but
it
yeah,
the
you're
book
right.
house.
It's not the same as like not only burnt, like he exploded Red's hardware store and he killed Wade,
Yeah.
right?
And the new one, he blew up one library. He blew up the whole town in this movie.
In Brad's defense,
Oh no,
Careful.
white power.
should Red have had so much oil and fuels? Wow.
It's a hardware
his
store.
house?
Yes.
No, it had many things.
That explains
it's
the hardware
more
store,
a
but why did the
general
farm
store, yeah.
explode?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Manure.
In
Shit
in Brad's defense,
Oh shit. White power.
Why do you keep defending him?
I don't know.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let him
It was
cook.
Emmett's house, right? That he exploded.
Emmett's,
Emmett's house
yeah.
was blown.
Yeah,
Maybe Emmett just had too much, manure laying around that put gas into the air and made it
Moonshine.
explode.
Yeah.
Moonshine. Clearly, he's a moonshiner. That's why he wasn't on the coke. See?
That's true.
There you go. I
Right?
think
Brad Wesley is innocent.
Free Brad
Can I
Wesley.
just point out
Brad
that
Power.
also?
Brad Wesley did not kill himself.
Can I just point out that also without Wade and the fact that Jake Gyllenhaal's Dalton killed his own friend, when he goes on that rampage,
Yeah.
he kind of seems more like a psychopath, just killing random people just to sort of
Yeah.
satisfy his own crazy. Whereas at
Well-
least Swayze's like,
He's also a psychopath because when he loses it, he fucking loses it.
Yeah.
but at least we're rooting for that psychopath.
He's like a
Because we're
good guy,
like,
though. He calls old people sir.
That's right.
And, and to defend Patrick Swayze, for
I
real.
thought you were
this
going to
time,
pretend
though.
Brad Wesley again.
Just one more time.
But another Brad Wesley
He
fact.
did. He was bringing J.C. Penney to the town.
Let us go of
That is
one
correct,
Brad
sir.
Wesley, you know, saint and scholar as he is.
Yes.
Are you on Brad Wesley's payroll?
What? What?
I am the fat guy on his crew.
A bear fell on me.
No, but like to defend Swayze's craziness, crazy Swayze, he
Nice.
Beautiful.
at least like killed a man in self-defense in was it Missouri or Memphis? Memphis, right?
Memphis.
Yes, yes.
And then he again has to kill Johnny.
Jimmy. Generic white man name on a non-white guy. Yes.
Possibly Italian, no one's quite sure. He pulls a gun, so he has to. That's what I've learned is
And we got the
apparently
foreshadowing for it,
when
right?
a man pulls a gun on you, you're allowed to rip his throat out.
Yes.
that's
Yeah,
what
that's
I
the
learned.
law.
sorry.
That's in the Constitution.
I'm sorry. I have to say it. There is no ripping a man's throat out in self-defense. That is not a thing. If you have the time and the opportunity to rip a man's throat out, you could subdue him without ripping his throat out. It's not like you fired a gun in self-defense.
What if
you,
your
you ripped his Adam's apple
what if
out
your
of his neck?
fingers
Yeah,
are
what
like
if
a
you-
little cobra
Yeah.
and they just snatch necks out of people?
He already told him what he does to guys in prison.
Yeah,
He
that's
didn't
true.
want that to happen to any more people.
Yeah.
He said to him, I fuck guys like you in prison.
Fear
So
with
he's like,
life.
I'm going to have to put you down. Like, you are going to be horrible to the people in prison.
It wasn't the
He
gun.
was-
It wasn't the murder. It was the prison thing.
It was
That got to him. That got
I'm not gonna sick this bastard on those poor prisoners.
The weird thing is that the weird thing is the guy in Memphis said the same thing.
Exact word
And he
for
was
word.
left with no choice.
And the cherry on top is that Jimmy was about to fire a bullet at Dalton. So what did Dalton have on his person? He had these hands. So he fired these hands at that man's body, and it happened to land on that
Those are
outfit.
registered weapons.
And that's why patron saint Brad Wesley wasn't killed that way.
That's right.
Because Dalton realized that he had never said he fucked guys like him in prison,
That's true.
Exactly.
He didn't have
thereby invalidating
And
Yeah.
the neck
he also
snatching.
And
he was also
de-escalating.
like, "Oh, the doctor didn't like it when I did it, so she's gonna be okay with me shooting like 5 guys in cold blood, but I didn't rip anybody's throat."
But the
She'd be
difference
okay
is
with
that
it.
she would have witnessed him potentially killing Wesley. She did not see
What you don't see won't hurt her. What you
Oh,
don't see
no.
won't hurt her.
deaths. He did. There was no witness. She did not connect
I see.
the deaths of the crew.
So she's
that's
a
not-
doctor, but she has no object permanence, is what you're saying.
I didn't say that. I said
He said
something else.
women don't have object permanence.
Oh,
Oh.
I
That's
didn't
what he
say-
said.
That's what Chris said.
I didn't say that either. You will not put those words. You don't put that evil on me.
Listen, Chris, I'm gonna get you out of this with a Healy fact. Luciano?
Oh, so here's an interesting fact. Jeff Healy's father was a firefighter. That's it. That's the fact.
Just like how Brad Wesley wanted to get a drink for the brave firefighters that put out the fire at Red's house.
It's all
Speaking of
connected.
Brad Wesley,
Yeah.
let's talk about him.
No, Korean War veteran Brad
Thank
Wesley.
you. Korean War veteran, patron saint, Brad Wesley. Some might say
This
he's
is going.
Jesus.
This is going in a bad direction.
I don't know. Let's talk about him because we need to expand on some of the larger holes of plot, if you will, in this movie. And I think Brad Wesley is the starter.
The holes of plot.
The holes of plot. Brad Wesley. Why Brad Wesley? How Brad Wesley? When Brad Wesley? Who Brad Wesley? What Brad Wesley? Where Brad Wesley?
Good question.
Innocent Brad Wesley?
Innocent. No question mark. Innocent, period. Coca.
I mean, there's a lot to cover there. I mean, in terms of what's fascinating is his relationship to this town that he seems to own. So from my understanding, he just basically had everyone pay him and he would fuck their shit up if they didn't. And that's him building the town.
And also on a whim when he was feeling bored.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But my question is,
at 10%.
How does that get J.C. Penney into town?
Yeah, did he threaten J.C. Penney?
Yeah. And also, will J.C. Penney have to pay the racket money too?
For sure.
Shows up at a J.C. Penney with his crew and just like
Jimmy
Jimmy starts beating him up with like
he's
drawers.
highly competent and not at all cobbled together crew. Let's
like,
put it that.
give us all your bedazzled jeans or we're burning this place down.
If Brad Wesley knew that J.C. Penney was not going to make it, would he have brought it to town?
Yes.
Probably.
Did you watch this movie? He doesn't give a fuck.
So is
He
J.C.
just wants to be able to say it.
Is J.C. Penney the most flammable of department stores?
No,
That's why he
yes.
brought it?
You can't buy the kind of exposure that a J.C. Penney brings to your town, okay?
Yeah.
That's more than money.
And the kind of exposure that exploding a J.C. Penney would bring to your town.
Okay, I digress. That was my fault. We're talking about Brad Wesley. And the reason why I ask all these questions about Brad Wesley, Spencer's correct on some of it, but the town aspect of it. But I just want to know why Brad Wesley is so obsessed with what arguably is a series of shops on a highway in the middle of nowhere.
on a single highway.
Hey,
Yeah, they're all right beside each other.
hey, he's making hundreds of dollars in his extorting of them. Hundreds.
There's a hospital too
He's not extorting the hospital.
that you know of.
Isn't he?
Isn't he, though?
It's not extortion. It's protection money. Not the same thing.
And proximity is everything. It's only 22 miles away.
No, that's the other movie.
I know.
Here, it's everything is a neighbor of everything else.
Yeah, because what is in the town?
The
General
farm,
store, car
The
dealership.
farm? He blows that up.
The car
Yep.
dealership.
He runs that
He
over with a
racks that
monster
up.
truck.
That's right. Doesn't blow it up.
Okay, what else?
the hardware store.
Yeah. And the
He blows-
hardware store is directly across the street from Double Deuce.
Yes.
Okay,
And Spencer, he does blow that up.
he
You're
does
correct.
blow. Okay, he blows
Although
that up
there
too.
there is the diner where they go, where Wade dances with the doctor, and then there's the whatever they were before,
Right.
The other. Yeah.
There's
Where that
another
seat-
bar.
the single
Yeah.
deuce instead of that's
The
not the
single
double
deuce.
deuce, the single deuce.
The shit. I gotcha.
Yeah. Thank you for explaining the joke.
You're welcome.
That's usually my job.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we've got two bars, a diner.
A hardware store.
There is a gas station, I think, right? He pulls into one at some point.
Yeah. There's like a used car sales ship or
Yes.
yeah, where he
Used
buys
car.
the beat up. I thought that was super smart too, that he bought the car just to get them wrecked. That was
That was. I was like, why is he buying
right,
cars?
right.
Yeah.
The monster truck.
No. We're talking about he buys a used car that they throw. They break the
stop
windshield
signs
on and
into and
stop
fuck-
sign.
yeah.
Right.
There was a library.
So I mean, these are all great points, but I guess focusing on Matt-patism for a little bit.
Baptism.
Other Matt, you're on the pro Brad Wesley train, right?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of understand what he's doing. I mean, we got to look at this, the double deuce here and realize that like they're paying Dalton cash. Like he is getting paid. So if they could pay the cooler that and all of the other people and they're still getting skimmed for all that money, they must be making bank. So I just feel like there's got to be some hidden gold mine in this. Maybe there's just like it's probably Jeff Healy. I'm talking about this the whole time, and that's all
Yep.
I'm realizing. It's Jeff
Yep.
Healy. He's the draw.
They're all
That's
just going
what
to
it is.
see Jeff Ely.
Yeah, and
It's the only good
Yeah.
thing about this fucking town.
I actually believe that. From what I can
You
see,
know?
that is accurate.
But they're making money. Like, it seems like the weirdest dusty little road, like side of the road garbage heap, but they're making bank there somehow. You know?
So Brad Wesley is collecting like $250K a year from each of these, like each building in this town
Each
square.
tiny building that he
The
keeps
5
destroying.
buildings that exist in this town.
That
right?
3 of which he's destroyed.
Because that actually explains why the other citizens, all the citizens of the town, gather in someone's fucking living room, and they're like, "Hey, Red, don't leave. We'll help you rebuild." Because the money is probably so good to them that it doesn't matter if a monster truck runs over their inventory from time to time.
Yeah, right? I mean, come on.
It's cost of business.
It's par for the course out there, you know?
You
guys are making sense. Free Wesley.
Free Wesley.
I'll make T-shirts.
From the
didn't
grave.
deserve that.
The martyrdom of
deserve
Brad
it.
Wesley was a shame, but it also shone light on all the good he did.
All the good
Yeah.
cannot be
Oh, no.
understated.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, let's shift gears for a second here. There is another sort of, I don't know if it's an 80s problem, but I think we should tackle it anyways. They throw away a line where they're like, Brad Wesley owns everything in this town, even the sheriff. But there's owning the sheriff, and then there's you never see a cop ever.
Why police? Who police?
Yeah,
where
where
police?
police?
Just wear police. Yeah.
I
they're
think that town might be like kind of a Silent Hill sort of deal where it's like
It's
hidden from the rest of the world.
it's in a pocket dimension.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense because they seem like they're being hit by terror attacks. If you know, like they'd
Yeah.
be on the like fucking Homeland Security watch list. If multiple buildings are being blown to shit.
Yeah, and
Within a
nothing
week.
happens. Like the sheriff shows up literally at the very last scene of the movie, and people go, "Nothing happened here." And he goes, "Okay."
What's going on here? What happened? Another building's gone down.
We didn't see nothing. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
What?
yeah.
Do you think when the sheriff shows up to Brad Wesley's house, he's just like, "Hey guys, why don't you just blow this one up and we'll call it square?"
Oh yeah.
He just bulldoze the hotel. Let's start over.
Well, this looks like a lot of paperwork.
Oh, that's what it is. He's lazy to make reports.
Yeah, he doesn't want
That's
to do
what
it.
it is.
They're all like, we didn't see anything, and he's like, well, case closed.
I gotta ask something random. Is
Yeah.
the response, we don't see anything because they keep asking Cody?
Oh no! Too soon! Too soon!
Got
You
him.
put some respect on Jeff Healy.
But also, it's a fair question.
But probably. But
Couldn't
also
resist.
probably.
Come on.
That's it.
See what you did, Matt?
What happened?
This is why you made
Everybody-
silence.
We're having a moment of silence. for Jeff Healy.
Jeff Healy's eyes.
Sorry, for Jeff Healy's eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need another Healy fact. Hold
Yeah,
on.
we do. Cleanse the palate.
When he was 9 years old, his musical talents were showcased in an interview on TV Ontario on a children's program called Cucumber.
Oh my god!
Oh!
Healy facts.
There you go.
Law enforcement.
Oh,
Role
what
do
a
they
segue.
play in the safety of the greater Jasper area, vis-a-vis Alabama, Indiana, Florida, Arkansas?
Oh, maybe that's what the problem was. Maybe the sheriff didn't know which Jasper he was supposed to be sheriffing.
Okay, that could be it.
I think the police just section off this town to protect
Like
the
as a
rest of
lost
the
cause.
country.
It's like,
Yeah,
fuck,
it's like-
fuck this.
It's like Escape from New York. It's like the Manhattan Island. It's just
nice.
it's roped off and it's no man's land.
Okay.
Yeah,
now
no-
you have me imagining what if Kurt Russell played Dalton.
The exact same thing would happen,
Yeah, exactly.
and we would love it.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It'd be pretty sweet.
But it
Yeah.
also makes me think about the car dealership Schaffenfarben, that dude. He said
What?
he had Schaffenfarben. He said he had
Schadenfreude?
Yeah, the car dealership from Mr. Schadenfreude.
Yeah, he said he had an FBI connect when after Red's like general store was blown up, right? And he said that like we could help you rebuild and we could take him to court or something. I've got a guy. I know a guy at the FBI.
Not
Where
just
the fuck-
anywhere. an FBI contact in Springfield.
Yeah.
Oh, we're putting the puzzle together.
Chief Police Wiggum.
Wiggum, yeah.
Police Chief Wiggum.
Break them away, toys.
Yeah.
So what
So
was that? Like,
I don't know.
What's your question, Chris?
my question is like, you don't just lightly mention the FBI and nothing comes of it.
I mean,
Like-
you do when it's a lie.
You do it.
I guess
Yeah,
it's
that's
a lie.
true.
It's like he was just boasting.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't
I mean,
know
what if
anybody.
he want his friend to stay? And if what if Red said yes? Then he'd have to like put it together.
Let me call my
Hire
friend.
Hire an
name's-
actor.
Yeah, his name's General Fagent.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
welcome.
That answers your
His
question.
name is Agent Wiggum.
No, it's fine. We got it. It's fine. I think we've covered the law enforcement. There's nothing there.
Yeah, we covered law enforcement as much as they covered the city.
Yeah, pretty much. It's good. We
It
know
is true.
law-
You don't see a cop till the end, the very
Yeah,
end
the
of
very-
the movie.
the
It's
very
the
last
only
scene.
time.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an accurate representation of small town America police.
This is what I was going to say. It's an accurate representation of everywhere with police. They don't show
Oh.
up when you need them.
Defund.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We got too real there for a second. Let's give
Yeah,
us a
what is
few
this?
facts. Just to
Somebody make a
clear
fart
the
sound.
palate.
Okay, let's
There
see.
we
What
go.
do we have here? In 1990, the Jeff Healey Band won the Juno Award for Canadian Entertainer of the Year.
Damn. We're talking Juno now.
Just
Facts.
Is it wrong that I feel worse for him now?
yeah,
A
you
little
should know.
bit.
That's the right emotion. The Junos are basically Canadian Grammys for anybody who happens to listen to this in America.
Yeah.
Moving on.
For
Let's
all our
ask some-
UK listeners out
Hey
there.
man. I don't give a shit about UK.
I do.
No, we're segueing to fun questions.
Yeah, they listened on the wrong side of the road. Fuck them.
Yeah, that, and the wrong ears too. Stereo's reversed over there. It's fucked up. Hey, why are bouncers famous in Roadhouse?
That's my favorite part of the movie. That's
That's
Wade. He's a bouncer from 4 towns over. Why do you know that?
He's got his rookie card.
yeah,
Got his
totally.
upper deck bouncer
Upper
card.
I got a Dalton rookie card from when he knocked out that guy with a broken bottle.
Did you put it in a hard sleeve or a soft sleeve?
Are you kidding? A Dalton? It's going in the
Yeah.
hard sleeve, baby. It's going in the
Damn.
safe.
Yo,
You
I thought you would come correct and get the soft sleeve and then put the soft sleeve in the hard sleeve to make sure.
You
That-
fucked up, Spencer.
Oh,
Yeah.
like I would tell you what I really do with my Dalton card.
Damn.
Idiots.
It'd be a sleeve, all right.
What?
This is content. This is
It's
the
a
content.
it's a sleeve for
Welcome
his
back, everybody.
penis, folks.
Ah.
I was talking about trading.
See,
cards.
this
You
is why
talking
I
about
always
that
explain
good?
the jokes.
I mean, to
I
answer
ain't
your
gonna
question,
show you my dick.
Another great one-liner.
like to answer your question, Matt, I'd like to imagine that in this world, like bouncers are as famous. It's just like an alternative Earth where bouncers are as famous as actors or singers, and Jeff Healey is not cared for.
Wow.
Why you shooting straight?
Wow. Jesus.
Keep going. It's like,
Jeff Haley never won a Juno in 1990 in this universe.
Yeah,
like
he
you
did. He
had
did.
so many parking spots available, and you deliberately parked in the disabled.
Listen. It's just that
Wow,
world.
Chris.
He can't get a gig. He works at a bar, but bouncers get paid $40K per month.
That's true.
It's very
He never
So
saw it
wait,
coming.
so if regular bouncers are like actors, what about coolers then?
Coolers
are
are
they even
like
the superheroes of this universe?
they're like
or
A-list actors. They're like your Brad
Oh.
Pitts of your
Your Patrick Swayze's?
your Patrick Swayze's.
Can I be
your,
honest?
your Matt from Popcorn Plot Holes.
Thank you.
Can I be honest? I didn't even know what a cooler was. I didn't know that was like a thing or a
I don't know if
title.
it is a thing.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
the
it's a
cooler.
thing in this movie.
But even in New Roadhouse, when when Frankie rolls up on New Dalton, and it's like, I want to hire you, and then he's like, no, you want so and so. He's the best. So like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
and
Post
now-
Malone.
Was that Post
That's what
Malone
I
he was
said.
talking about?
Yeah, you want Carter.
Oh
It was
no!
Post Malone.
That's such
I
a
take that
fucking
back.
disservice
I
to
take
this
that
movie.
Exactly.
He was the Wade character.
That's
Oh
that's
my
why I
God.
used him. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That Post Malone fight should have ended with a bear falling on him. A bear fell on me.
And then him saying that a bear fell
A
on me.
bear fell on me.
Spencer, you asked this question about coolers and bouncers. You asked it? Who knows?
I don't
Spencer
think I
asked it.
did.
It's
No.
fine. Spencer
He
asked
was
it.
I did.
what he was doing was answering it.
Hey man, I'm a professional podcast host. I know what's happening on the
Yeah,
show.
I'll yes and I
Thank
did.
you.
I asked about coolers.
Great question,
Seriously,
Spencer.
though.
Top notch job.
No, I asked about coolers.
No, you didn't. Spencer
Shut
did.
your face, sir.
I'm asking the next question. This is a segue. No one cares that you didn't ask that question. Spencer, I want to know how you get promoted from a bouncer to a cooler, because that seems like a rise in ranks at the bars.
I mean, I would assume you have to have a confirmed kill with your hands, right?
That tracks. That tracks.
I don't think he was a cooler until Memphis, and then that got
After
him.
Memphis, if you will.
Yeah, and then when he was walking in Memphis and he ripped a man's throat out.
Just because he was
Yeah.
walking on the right,
Yeah.
right side of the road. Yeah.
And,
okay.
yeah, and then he got promoted to cooler. And you have to have there. I think your KO ratio is like a batting percentage. You got to have a KO rate over like 550.
Hey, in the batting percentage thing,
Yes.
it's like a hit versus an at bat. So, are you saying like fights to kills is your average?
This is
No.
how many people he hits a home run with a bat.
No.
That's what that is.
No, you're not getting Luciano. You're an old man. You don't know this thing.
Wait, what?
Listen, sir. I told you I'm referring to you as sir from now
How
on.
old baseball is?
No, so kills are like home runs on your card.
Correct.
So it's just a number. Your
Right.
average is your KO average. So how many times when you fight someone, how many times you knock them out?
Great.
That's your percentage.
Uh-huh.
And then at bats would be fights.
Great.
You know?
So, what is
This really works well with our Dalton rookie card, by the way.
This is great. So, what is Dalton's OPS? Because OPS is like slugging and on base percentage put together.
Fucking
So we
hell
got
with
home
the
runs
baseball
and we got
shit.
hits. Fuck you. Shut up. Stay in your lane. So, like over 1,000 between kills and fights.
Some would say it
yeah,
goes
for
over
sure.
9,000.
So over 9,000.
Perfect.
OPS would be like you know, figured out by also how many like breaks you get. Like he breaks a lot of knee breaking is valued.
That's his.
Oh, bone breakages. Okay.
Yeah,
So are
bone
knee
break-
breaks like bunting?
No.
No, you fucking.
What are you doing here,
Are you
Chris?
even listening?
Yes, I am. Bitch.
Bone breaks is like a double. It's like
Yeah.
a solid, like a.
Yeah.
Well, maybe like a hand is like a single, like a kneecap
A
is
hand
like
job?
a double.
I was thinking a stab was like a stolen base.
Yeah,
Stabbing.
A stab is a stolen base.
Yeah, they're
what if
rare.
it results in death? Is that a home run then?
yeah, that's a home run. That's a stolen home
No,
run.
That's an in the
that's
park home run.
That's a
That's
caught
what that is.
stealing.
Yeah,
So what's a pop fly then?
a pop fly would be equivalent to be like missing a punch.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, I think we've nailed the question of how to get promoted. There's no further questions needed. It's clear and obvious to everybody.
They just look at your card.
Yep.
It's like
Yep.
it's like playing Magic the Gathering with people, with actual people.
Yeah,
There you go.
he has his medical file he carries around with him. It also contains his rookie card or his card, up to date
Yeah.
stats.
It
Yeah.
has all the stats. Yeah, that makes sense.
Am I crazy that I want a collection of bouncer cards?
We'll make it
Sounds
happen.
awesome.
It would work.
Let's talk about bouncers. We got to talk about two. One's a cooler, one's a bouncer. I'm not sure what Shitty Dalton was. Sorry, Jake Gyllenhaal Dalton for those uneducated.
Oh, they
But I
didn't
want
have
to know.
coolers.
You guys asked this question the last time, and I thought your answer was weird and insufficient. So we're gonna ask it again after having watched this movie. Who
Okay.
would win in a fight between this Dalton, Swayze, and Jake Gyllenhaal, Shitty Dalton?
I forget who I said last time.
Well, we all said Swayze Dalton because of
Of his
Sad.
hair.
hair
Yeah, but that's-
and throat removal procedure.
There's so much
And
more
and
nuance.
that does still stand. But I remember I brought up like Jake Gyllenhaal is trained in mixed martial arts. So he has the ground game
Yeah,
Which-
we did
which-
talk about that.
He's
Which-
got to get him to the ground though, and that's the thing. Swayze's got the distance.
Every fight starts on the feet.
That distance, right? He can use the jab, use the legs. Go
The
for
thing,
the
the
feet.
thing is, Swayze Dalton only uses the throat removal procedure when he's being faced with a gun, and
been told he fucked people like him. in
Yeah,
prison.
yeah.
true.
Look at
But let's be honest. We know Jake Gyllenhaal's been fucking guys in prison. We know that. Look at the
Yeah,
way
but he
was
wouldn't
fighting.
pull a gun on him.
No,
It needs both things.
Can we plant
What
a
if-
gun on him?
The gun
Sorry.
was his penis.
that's true.
That could happen. That could
Registered
happen.
in
Wait,
I
no.
will.
certain states, I guess. I don't know.
I'm just gonna ignore all this.
I mean, in Florida, it's conceal and carry, so it's fine.
It's concealed and carry. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Also, weight classes exist for a reason. I would say
Yeah,
that,
it's
like
true.
watching this now, like I didn't know Patrick Swayze in this movie is probably like a $170 tops,
Yeah,
and Jake Gyllenhaal was like a cut, probably 210,
I,
like at least 200.
yeah.
So
Are we allowing surprise turns in this? Because I feel like the
Surprised
townspeople
them.
would
That
come to
would
like,
change the game now.
like the townspeople would get involved. They would come in and help Swayze because of that swagger. Ain't no one helping Jake Gyllenhaal.
nobody's helping Jake Gyllenhaal. That's
No.
for sure. No, but this is a
Yeah.
one-on-one fight. There's no assistance.
What? But maybe there's a special guest referee,
Who?
Wesley?
Brad Wesley?
Brad Wesley.
Terry Funk comes in just smashing chairs on people. Or
Also an
smashing
option.
people through chairs.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, both Daltons would kill Terry Funk first and then continue fighting each other later.
This is, it's, Luciano, I'm going to stop here because this is a great. Both Daltons working together. And I think this is the time to ask the question because it confused me, but I think both Daltons would do this. What does going nipple to nipple mean exactly?
Well, if we're talking about both Daltons, it's
Do it. You know what
no,
to do.
I was gonna say it's a fight/sex move, but
Oh, what? Okay.
I
that's
don't think
not
our
relevant.
audience is ready for it. I'm
So-
not ready for it.
No one's ready for it.
when we're talking Daltons, okay, we're talking Dalton squared. It is that you need to make sure that Jeff Healy is supplying the musical background. Yes,
Yeah, let him cook.
yes, and then Terry Funk needs to break 2 bottles crisscross atop 2 chairs. Wait for it, and then when you have a Jimmy and a Knox step to the plate, the Dalton nipple to nipple technique allows for a fusion.
Oh,
I think
oh.
if
Fusion.
I think if Jimmy and Knox are there, then it's a 4-way nipple to nipple thing. They form a nipple
You mean-
square.
You mean 8 nipples?
No, it's a connection in 404.
Octo
I'm
nipple?
comfortable with this.
An octo nipple, yes.
That's a lot. You can't. You don't know what's going on with the nipples. Some nipples may be shaved. Some nipples may have hair. Some nipples might have some. I don't even want to.
We know these nipples are both shaved. We've seen
For
them.
sure,
I'm
100%.
talking about the Knox, and
Yeah, we
Yeah,
saw those
we know,
too.
We know Knox is shaved.
you don't know what
Yeah.
Jimmy's nipples are.
Okay,
Jimmy's
Jimmy,
nipples
I'll
are
give
not.
you a wild
Jimmy
card.
has
yeah.
hair for all the other 3
I know what
combined.
Knox's Jimmy's doing. You know Knox is not wearing pants in this scenario at
yeah,
all. He doesn't-
well, as he shouldn't.
if you're going nipple to nipple with Knox, you're also going tip to tip.
Yeah,
That just comes with the territory.
yeah.
It's implied, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe the children call it docking.
They might.
They might.
Was that needed? But
But
I
again,
think-
What?
But I think the,
Was any of this needed?
No. I mean,
Yeah, no, you have.
is in this movie though. I genuinely when he's because the guy asked him to go nipple to nipple. Did he mean dancing?
I think
banging?
fist dancing.
so. No, it was the
No,
guy
he said
with the
to a
girl.
girl.
I thought he was
Yeah.
asking the girl.
was
Yeah,
asking-
He was
Oh,
asking the
yeah,
girl.
making a move.
Like
You
missionary
were
sex?
Matt, you were thinking of going nipple to nipple with Swayze, and
That's
that's,
also
why you
not
got
fighting.
confused.
No, I
Some of
wasn't
you
going to
were-
fight him.
Someone was thinking of that weigh-in at UFC when they get all like nose to nose and start shit talking.
No, but I like where Spencer's going because it actually gets back to the reason I asked this question. What is going nipple to nipple?
I think it's dancing.
Cokedly.
cokedly and like up
Okay.
close, like
Yeah.
chest to chest.
So he meant it as a normal way to say dance, and she
But not
took it
not,
as
not a normal way.
She took it. She
that's
took
fair.
offense
She took offense
unfairly.
He offended
He-
her.
He's
right?
not good with the words.
Yeah. I love that scene because you can see the bouncer step back and look and is just waiting for the guy to do something so he can break his arm and toss him over a table.
He's got to work his stats up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
For
exactly.
that cooler promotion.
You gotta
You
bump
need a
those numbers
couple
up.
easy home runs, right? Law pitches over the middle,
Oh,
just
fuck,
smash
it's
them.
this
Yeah,
again.
Great. No, Luciano, it's fine. We're working through some issues over here.
Sports.
Sports and father issues. Don't worry about it.
Sports ball. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, do you have another idea of what nipple to nipple could be if not
Mhm.
dancing?
Okay. So my first answer was fighting, right? Fusion, Dalton fusion fighting. Then we said dancing, and then there's obviously sex. But then there's another. There is
Right.
another untapped region that
But
we
there
are.
was another.
Yes, nipple to nipple. I'm gonna get close to the microphone on this.
Mhm.
I got nothing.
Great.
Okay. Wow, what a
Spencer?
setup.
Spencer, your rebuttal.
I was trying to buy you all
okay.
time.
I hear your point there, but I don't think the fourth thing is nothing. I think it's. I too have nothing.
See, this is why I said we weren't ready.
No. I
It's
think
already well set up. Where someone.
I rest my
chosen
case.
one will
But
arrive.
Luciano knows. That's why I wanted him to say it.
No, there's a very specific order to do these things.
Sorry.
Even having a very aggressive back and forth, a debate style, if you will. Chris, do you have a response?
We're trying to tease this out, as they say.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Nipple to nipple.
Okay.
Tits this
will.
out.
Tete-a-tete. Nipple to nipple
Mhm.
is when you apply Jergens hydrating lotion upon each other in support
You
of
know what?
their humanity.
You know, this was a mistake. I apologize to
You-
the
you
audience.
was.
I was trying
told you
something,
what my original answer
and
was.
it just didn't play out as possible. We'll probably delete this all, so you'll
Hold
never
on,
hear
I-
it, so it'll be fine.
I actually do have something here.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how you get sized at JCPenney.
Nipple to nipple.
Ah.
Nipple to nipple.
Great.
Well,
Great
who's
answer.
who's the other pair?
No. It's just
I have a rebuttal. no, just
No.
kidding.
You did
What
this,
could
man.
it be, though?
You
Well,
made
no,
this bad. Now you lay on it.
No. It's no. The thing is that Matt's question, her answer of doing a JC Penney is the perfect segue into the next question. Next question I want to ask you guys about is: if the Double Deuce and the Roadhouse were Transformers, who would have been in the fight?
I completely was not. I was so not
What
prepared.
a
for that.
perfect, beautiful segue.
Oh my god. You see?
It's so natural there might not have even been a segue.
So I
it's
just
so
thought,
natural.
Matt, I just have a question. Is JC Penney not a transformer in this battle?
The
You
world
think.
is your oyster.
You would think, but no.
But no, okay. I got you.
It's different. So it's a different thing. I can't explain the science to you right now.
No, I think it's inferred. I mean, I would like to think that if these if these house bars,
House
We're-
bots.
house
House
bar-
bots.
if these house bots were in a transformer battle, I'm pretty sure the Double Deuce would win because it would
Oh.
fight dirty, right?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
no, it would win because it would give Roadhouse some venereal disease for sure.
Wait, they're not
Just for-
banging; they're
It
fighting.
doesn't matter. It
They're
doesn't
going
matter.
nipple to nipple.
Yeah, they are.
Listen. Roadhouse has got a thatched roof. All right, that
Yeah.
ain't gonna hold up nowhere. You've got
Yes,
a weak
that's
spot
true.
right there.
What
You're
is
gonna
that?
take your head
Well,
off.
that roof would be the back, right? Probably.
Yeah,
It would just be a huge weak spot.
Yeah, that freaking the new Roadhouse has it's like a tiki bar.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking
too
fighting. It's not a fighter.
No.
Yeah.
It
So
would-
what? So then is the new Roadhouse Tiki we'll call it Tiki for short.
Tiki bot.
Tiki bot.
Tiki bot.
So then is that Roadhouse the sandal wearing hacky sack kicking
Man bun having.
man bun having patchouli wearing equivalent in this
Poopery smelling.
Transformer.
Yeah,
Transformer?
it is. Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the
And
Roadhouse
It
He
works.
hangs out with the
It
book
works
house.
on us. It's a barista at Starbucks. It only serves oatmeal lattes.
And they're $9.
Yes.
And the Roadhouse one is your crack smoking,
Yeah.
drug dealing, knife shanking, just got out of prison with Jimmy, motherfucking death bot.
Yeah, so what you're saying is it can't sit down properly.
What I'm saying is its exhaust hole its exhaust port has been overworked.
Been well used.
Sorry, how are these Transformers fighting? I just wanted to declare.
They're fighting. Well, it's not really a fight. It's more of an assassination.
Yeah, beatdown.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more of a mugging gone wrong.
Yeah, no,
There's
that Tiki Hut
double
wouldn't-
deuce.
The double deuce, of course.
Yeah.
Tiki bot, as we've referred to, would be made of short work.
All right, no, you've answered my question. No follow ups. Going down the fight thing, I do have a couple more fights, if you will, challenges. Some might say, who would win in a fight between Dr. Elizabeth Clay, Kelly Lynch, the old doctor,
Old Doc.
versus Ellie, new Doc, in the new shittier movie?
I'm gonna have to pass on this question because I don't recall the new Doc. I don't believe that character existed, and I pass.
Well, I would say the new Doc wins just because she has more moxie.
She does get into fights, but
Yeah.
then again, the old Doc was dating the other guy, and we saw some shiners, so you know she can take a punch.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
so I don't know really.
So what you're saying is she's good at getting beaten. That doesn't
Well,
win
I
you a
mean,
fight.
I didn't say she was
I
just
don't
like
wanna
good
be
at it.
here.
I just said that if she was dating that guy, she probably has, had to dodge and duck and weave a few times.
Yeah.
And, the other one was throwing punches on the boat.
First of all, Brad Wesley didn't hit anybody.
That is all circumstantial.
That's circumstantial. Technically,
Hearsay,
I'm certain,
almost slender.
I'm certain one of his goons will say they hit her.
They probably would
I'm
actually.
pretty sure they'd all say she walked into a door.
Yeah.
Also true. So many witnesses. Who
Somebody-
knows what
so-
happened?
I have a gang of witnesses.
Just ask Cody.
Just Cody saw it all. Cody, play him a song about how my wife got injured. There was some girl and she walked down the stairs. I'm a blind man, but I know what it sounds like.
No further questions. I'm sure we answered that question somehow.
I
Somehow,
think we did.
somewhere in there was an answer.
More important question: who would win in a drag race?
I think we have to say Knox.
But he drives on the wrong side of the road.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, he's back. Connor, so good having you back. It's an honor.
That Irish accent is uncanny.
It's unmistakably Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I think he would. Knox would win, and if he lost, he would kill Jimmy and say he won. I think that's what would happen.
Knox would win because he'd be drunk and just blindly hitting the gas. He was in a training car, a kid's training car. Like,
Have you seen the man park? Have you seen that man park?
yeah, that's why the Tiki Hut would lose because he drove a truck through.
Based purely on the cars they drove in the movies, like Knox would win based on the car because he had a Lamborghini, right, or a
Guys, sorry,
Ferrari.
Yeah, Mazda.
Why are you talking about cars?
Yeah,
Oh,
that question. I was like,
Are they drag racing on their own?
no,
it's-
thinking who's wearing what color of the pump?
Yeah.
oh,
RuPaul's
like
Drag Race?
like RuPaul's Drag Race.
That's what the question's about.
Oh.
First of all, when it comes down to the walk, the catwalk, Knox is winning hands down. That duck's got wings. Baby can fly.
Ooh,
Yeah.
he can walk that fucking duck. Is what he can
Well,
do.
yeah, that's the only way he knows how to walk. As a duck
Exactly.
who shot itself. Yeah.
Listen, we talked about Connor's walking with two invisible basketballs to death. The question is, who would win in a drag race? And I think the charisma of Knox alone carries this to victory.
I think Jimmy just lacks the constitution in order to channel his inner diva.
I don't think he has the confidence.
No, you need to be in order to.
Wow, I think that Jimmy has the hair.
True.
That's all he
off
has.
Many looks.
He could probably paint his face pretty good too. I imagine he'd do a good
With
job.
a shotgun full of paint.
I mean, Jimmy did fuck guys in prison.
I was gonna say
That has nothing to do with drag
He was
racing.
too busy
You
fucking
can't
guys
do
in
that
prison.
if you don't look good, though. You know what I mean?
That's
Even
pure
prison
confidence.
Yeah.
No. You got it all wrong. Conor McGregor, Knox.
Hot, 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 hot.
He could pull off any outfit. He was wearing whatever he wants.
Which was mostly
He
nothing.
was mostly nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's walking
he wasn't
around
wearing
naked.
anything.
Yeah, that shows the confidence he has in his looks.
So it's a one-note confidence.
No, that shows
I
if you're doing a drag race, you got to be able to strut,
Yes.
and he can strut his stuff. I
I-
feel like
I don't know if strut is the word
I'm gonna be real here.
Hobble.
I think
Hobble, maybe.
Jimmy's toxic masculinity would hurt him in this. I think he'd be
You need to have an air of grace.
yeah. I think he'd be too uncomfortable. He'd feel like he's not looking like a macho man, and he wouldn't be able to pull it off. Isn't that right, Conor McGregor?
Hot, 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 that's right.
He's
Hot,
back.
hot, hot, hot.
Thank you for your time, sir. It's an honor.
Chris,
I
rebuttal.
didn't even try that.
Yeah, that's like your normal accent.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing for Jimmy because Knox again, and like aside from the walk, we need to consider the different rounds. There's the speech, the Q&A section. There's the evening wear. Okay, the gowns that need to be so.
And
don't forget-
we saw Conor McGregor, Knox, in a gown, a hospital gown, but
Hey,
still.
Chris, you know that Drag Race isn't fucking Miss America, right?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about,
Don't worry
Chris.
about that.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the question you asked. I'm going to answer my own.
I also, just to add on to Chris, I don't think you could do any of those challenges without a throat. So that will hinder him.
That's
Fair enough.
strong technicality, but strong.
The defense rests.
Matt, can you defend Jimmy, please?
I can. I mean, this is the thing.
Should you?
But I won't.
The man puts himself together well. Like, let's be honest.
With
He's got
what?
the smolder. He's got the tan. So he's got the
What
skincare.
he's got is a taint.
You know that he's got the skincare program. He's got the hair. I think he could do it. I do think he could do it. I think he's a way more of that like tall, slender kind of frame.
Illiterate.
Doesn't look like a little bulldog smuggling napkins in his butt cheeks like that.
It's a good description.
It
Very
is.
good
To
description.
me, I think he'd kill that. I think you
know
guys
what?
don't give him
You're,
enough credit.
you're swaying me a
He'd play
little bit, Matt, because
Great
I
answer.
remember when Jimmy used a pool cue and flipped up onto the stage. That showed
Right.
some showmanship.
He needed the big fat guy though.
it. I mean,
Don't we all?
As a stone.
drag
Yeah,
is not a
Matt,
contact.
Matt did that.
Yes, it did. What?
Sorry, Matt. He's the fat henchman. Remember?
I'm the fat henchman. Yeah, I did that, obviously.
Yeah.
Let's move on from this question because I don't like where it's headed for me personally.
Thank you.
We dissected. We dissected it.
It's too far. Listen, guys, Amazon is going to make a prestige series of this movie.
Of course
and it's
they
actually going to cover the formation of Brad Wesley's gang. We got the fat guy, the tall guy, Jimmy, the scaredy guy, his cousin, or his nephew.
His nephew. Yeah.
So, like, what are these episodes? You know, let's say eight episodes, real high prestige level, Game of Thrones shit. What are these episodes about?
So I think because those characters are so rich and full of history and nuance, each of the first 5 episodes is just him recruiting one of them, telling their backstories and, their reason d'etre, if you will, and like what really drives them as human beings. And, really just getting Brad, like learning about them, getting under their skin, being really like, really expertly driving them so that they want to join this gang. So that
Like a good leader.
exactly.
Yeah, I like it. And we all know that he meets
Rat power.
Jimmy in prison, but where does he meet the others?
J.C. Penney.
All 4 of them. 4
Yeah,
separate
JC
episodes.
Penney.
They were-
Different
they were-
JC Penney locations.
They were shopping together.
From different, each one a master of a JCPenney department. So
Oh.
you've got
Perfect.
plumbing, attire. You have
Hey, which
attire.
person for which section?
Yeah,
Chris?
which person is
Don't
which?
leave
I've
it
been
out.
trying to find the names of these motherfuckers.
Don't worry,
This
it's the,
is man.
What-
it's the
what
fat guy,
names
the
is
tall
the
guy,
fat
the
guy?
nephew,
Coward guy.
Coward
Yeah.
guy, nephew guy,
Coward
and tall
guy.
guy.
and Jimmy.
So
and
is that
Jimmy.
5?
Yeah, Jimmy,
Five?
tall guy, nephew, fat guy, coward guy.
Great. So we know where Jimmy's from. Fat guy was in kitchenware and plates.
Makes sense.
Obviously.
And fridges.
Mm.
Coward guy, he was in vacuums because he sucks.
I thought JCPenney was close.
Listen, don't worry about it.
I know I'm
Sorry.
confused by this.
I was gonna say, but let's roll with
What's your
it.
logic? You asked
It's
the
a
question, that's what it
prequel.
is.
It's a
Yeah,
prequel
sorry.
of 1989. JC Penney's are everywhere.
JC Penney
That's right.
might have had a team up with Sears for all we know because they existed back then.
Sears
I'm
are-
not doing all this
Too,
by myself.
too soon. Yeah, you are. Yes,
No,
you
we're
are.
waiting.
You started. You
No,
finished it.
No. Other Matt can finish the other two. Or
Okay.
three.
Which are the other two? Where are we left off?
Fat guy. No,
You got fat guy and tall guy. You
Nice
still
guy
need
and
nephew and
We got
Oh,
knife guy?
Coward.
And coward
Nephew
guy.
and coward.
nephew and coward. Tall guy. I said tall guy was.
no. You already
No,
said
no,
tall guy.
Tall
You
guy
said
and coward are different
coward.
guys.
Oh,
I
that's
did
right.
say that.
There's
Yeah, I
tall
did
guy,
say
and
that.
really tall guy.
Yeah.
That's
there's
right.
Another one.
So there's really tall guy, and then there's knife guy, right?
No. The coward
Yeah.
guy is the tall
He's the
guy.
knife guy.
Yeah, they're all the same guy. I
No,
don't know
wait.
how that works.
Wait. There is one really tall guy
Yes.
that fights when he's bringing the beer from some other place.
Yes.
He's the
And
greeter.
there's the tall guy who's the coward guy who
No,
gets
we're not
needed in the nuts.
tall guy. The other guy's coward guy. Don't.
Yeah,
he's not-
coward guy. That's what I'm saying.
I answered coward guy.
He's just a little tall. He's not like tall guy tall.
Fair.
You're
What are
talking
you
about
doing
the
here?
dude who looks like Lurch. Like the guy's like 8 feet tall, right?
That's
Yeah,
tall. Yeah,
so that's
he gets
tall
it.
guy.
The dude who wanted to see Sam Elliott's dick. That's
Correct.
the guy we're
Yes.
talking about.
That's
okay.
tall guy.
He's the greeter. He's the guy you meet when you walk in and he's got the vest on and
Thank
you go
you.
nipple to nipple.
Yep.
That's the dude
Well,
who.
that's really hard to go nipple to nipple with him. but
Yeah,
I
you
get
get-
you.
No, he carries you. It's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Sounds
And then
So
we
nice.
forgot-
he's the greeter.
Sexually,
And
they call
then-
that the hanging guard.
Nephew guy.
Nephew.
Nephew guy.
Tell us how you met nephew.
He told
Well,
us that, didn't he? He's like,
Nope,
See-
nope. At which
I did
JCPenney location?
I would say, yeah, he was probably in. Well, he had that comically large knife, right? Like the knife is the size of his face. Like
Yeah.
he pulls it out, and it's just.
This is a knife.
You're saying sporting goods?
Oh, so he
Funny.
met him
What
in
is
J.C. Penney, Australia. Is that what you're saying?
Probably like in the camping section and whatnot. And he was whittling.
Do they have a bar? Do they have a bar?
Just sitting there whittling. And he said to him,
Nice.
he's like, "What are you making there, son?" He says, "I'm making a smaller stick." And he's like, "This boy is special."
This boy is my
Who-
nephew
who are you
now.
making it
No,
for?
he
My
says
uncle?
this boy is my nephew now.
This is part of. He is part of my lineage.
And they'll say, "Well, that's your nephew." And he says, "I thought he was my cousin." Oh no, wait, he's my son, brother. I'm not sure, but I think
How do blood
I have a
relations work?
Wonderful place for this man within my organization. You can count, right?
Thank you.
And then the rest of the show is him like, I think it'd be like a Boardwalk Empire sort of story taking over the town,
Yep.
right? Prestige HBO television,
Preparing to bring J.C. Penney into the city.
Sleeping
Yeah.
with his mother. I think that happened in Boardwalk.
and that's
Empire.
it actually makes
Probably.
sense because that's why he hired all these J.C. Penney affiliates because his end
Right.
goal was to bring
To
J.C.
bring it.
Penney to the
JC
town.
Penny there, yeah.
So the last episode of the season is JC Penney. We're coming to town.
And then
Yep.
and then he gets a note saying there's a new bartender
Yeah, we
or new
won't know.
bouncer. Sorry,
The
New
guy,
bouncer.
the guy
Cooler.
from the guys from JC Penney say we were ready to move, but there's this new cooler coming in, and we're not gonna move until he's out.
Listen, we like our town greasy.
we like it greasy. We
If
like.
you've ever been to a JC Penny, it's accurate.
I don't know if you've been to JC Penney, but it's greasy as fuck.
we have one rule here at J.C. Penney.
We've
It's gotta be
created a
dirty.
wonderful
It's gotta be messy. Gotta be stabbings.
Yeah.
Gotta be
Yep.
killings.
Sloppy.
What's
No
the name of
coolers.
this prestige show? I can't get BDE out of my head.
Yeah, that's the name.
All I can think of now is it's like JC Penny being like, "We want our town like we want our jeans low,
Low and greasy.
Low, bedazzled.
preferably a whale tail."
Gene Empire.
No, the show's called Wesley. That's it. It's called Wesley's Wishes.
Just Wesley. Just Wesley.
Dreams. Oh, okay.
Wesley and the Wesley Boys.
Yeah.
We've answered this question thoroughly. One last question before we get our review.
Too thoroughly.
Yeah.
thoroughly.
What some would say.
One last question. The old guys from the town.
The ones who teleported into the living room?
The guy who owns the
transmission.
Deuce. The car ownership guy. Other dude.
Yep. My favorite character. Other
They
dude.
all- They all allegedly shoot Wesley.
On what?
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly. So they say that they didn't see anything. And so the sheriff has to book them essentially because they're all there with a dead body. But how do these old guys argue that in fact this was a Brad Wesley took his own life scenario
Oh.
for their defense to get out of going to jail?
Wait, what?
That's their
Oh, you see there, Your Honor,
defense.
he shot himself in the back 17 times.
No, he shot himself in the
He got-
front.
First
I
of all,
know.
sir, he got shot in the front every single time.
Yeah,
Second of all, you are defending these old gentlemen in court.
that's right.
Brad
Okay.
Wesley died by suicide.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna be the Southern lawyer. Now I'm
the clay.
I'm no big city lawyer. I'm just a small man from Jasper, Alabama, and you may look at the evidence. You may see the ballistics of 4 different shotguns shooting this man, and you may say
from 4 different angles.
from 4 different angles with 4 people in the room with him, and you may say, and you may assume, as the fools you are,
Well, he's wearing suspenders.
yeah, that he was somehow murdered. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you something. Any man worth his salt could shoot himself with 4 different guns at once. My uncle killed himself with no less than 7 different revolvers. You could ask him. He's still alive. So I rest my case.
Listen,
If
there's a
the
very
shot
strong
fits,
case.
you must acquit.
That is a great argument. But should we get another, maybe, just to thoroughly cover this topic?
We all knew. Thank you. I may be a small time intern in
Everyone's small time.
intern on his office, but I think what the jury also needs to take into account is Mr. Wesley was a cokeified sinner.
Ah.
Have you seen the animals in his dwelling? I'll tell you. There's 17 of them. Why did he have a white bear? Racism.
Mm.
Do you know what it takes? Do you know what happens to the spirit of a living creature when you take it unwillingly?
Objection. Badgering the victim. The court.
The victim!
Who is the victim?
Brad Wesley was a saint.
I say unto you, look within yourselves. Ask yourself, what would you do if you were the polar bear? Would you inhabit his body?
That was literally 4 accents in one sentence.
I'm
impressed.
I really enjoy the accent work, and I really enjoy that Chris basically invokes the Chewbacca defense
Yes.
from South Park by not actually saying anything about Brad Wesley or people being
I did not
murdered.
say I concluded.
Well, you're concluded.
You're
I'm
done.
concluding for you.
I conclude for you. So no, that's very strong. Spencer, would you like to rebuke?
We're arguing the same thing, but I will rebuke my intern here. He is just a small-time, part-time intern, and although he may be a sinner, our case stands formally on the case that this could have also been a terrible, terrible accident. Now, suicide is the most likely of results of this case not here today, but he was an avid hunter. As my intern did say.
Uh-oh. Alan Rickman's coming out.
No,
Whoa.
Alan Rickman is not here. No, I said, excuse me, I had a frog in my throat. I said and everyone knows he kept his rifles loaded on the walls at different angles. Now, my uncle was shot by loaded rifles that he kept on his hunting wall. You can ask him; he's alive to this day.
You know what? I think I need to stop doing this.
I object.
I think
I rest
I
my
would
case, Your
say-
Honor. I rest
May
my
I
case.
interject here, Your Honor?
Uh-oh.
I would say that we must treat all these witnesses as hostile. They are not truth tellers. They are not known for their truth. So I took it
Stained.
upon myself to speak to the most honorable man in this whole town. Cody, will you please come in here today? Cody, do you see the man in front of you? I do not. Did you see what happened to these men? I cannot say I do, sir. I rest my case. Who said that?
Little blues.
Who said that?
What is one step beyond the Chewbacca defense? That's what that was. The Han Solo defense.
But the blind do see
It's true.
the truth.
They see the truth with their heart.
you know what? That's probably enough blasphemy for one.
No,
episode of this
I just
podcast.
want to say I want to attack the defendant. Mr. Healy here is a known coke abuser whose eyes are fundamentally not working. And that right there is a Healy fact.
Oh no!
I rest my
Who
case,
said
Your
that?
Honor.
Oh
Go ahead
no!
and delete that from the podcast. Let's talk about
I
our
wish I could delete it
reviews.
from my brain.
You do that on your own time, sir. The
Here's the
reviews
draw.
for this movie. Thank you. I'll stop. We review all our movies using an S tier system, S being the highest, F being the lowest. Spencer, if you only listened once in your life, you would know that immediately and not say E by an accident. Yes, I was listening, and that's why you're fired.
Listen, maybe I think there's one too many letters. I say it.
Oh no!
I'm not a big city lawyer with all them book learning
With all them letters.
down at the book house.
Let's do these reviews. Chris, why don't you start us off first?
We started at what we thought was the top of this movie-going experience with 2024's Roadhouse, starring one Conor McGregor, cokedly, I would add. And we thought we descended. We thought we came back to from that mountain down to a simple town filled with simple people. But let me tell you, we found gold at the bottom of that hill. And that gold was this movie. The gold was the movie. I don't understand how... I don't need to understand. I'm grateful that we watched it in the order that we did, because this movie is exactly how Roadhouse... It is what it is, and the current one completely lost sight of that. It's a complete and utter failure. For a comedy and for our purposes, it's fun to be able to juxtapose these, but like, we gave the new one a D for a reason. This movie is a treasure. Like, for 80s movies and action, whatever you want to call it, like, fun. So for me, it's an A.
Wow. Okay.
Wowza.
Confusing and yet topical. Luciano.
Topical.
Wait, are you saying I'm confusing and topical, or Chris is, or yes?
Yes.
Never mind. Okay. I even throughout the haze of whatever Chris just said, I agree with him that this movie is what the 2024 one, or 2024, whoever says it that way, the 2024 one wanted to be but couldn't. It knows what it came for. It doesn't try to be more. It doesn't try to create some stupid plot of, oh, I want to build something here, but we're never going to talk about it. No, it's just like, there's this asshole who wants to be, in charge of the whole town, and someone crosses him and he explodes things and he kills one guy too many and he gets killed. Is it a good movie? No. Is it a better movie than the other one? Oh, fuck yes. Would I watch it again? Maybe. So, and I had fun watching this. The other one was kind of boring at the end. So for all of those reasons, I will give this one a C.
What?
Coward's number. Spencer.
That's not a number.
It's a coward's what it is.
Sure. Trust me, it is.
You learned that at your book house.
Yeah.
I did. Several different book houses.
So I'd never seen this movie, and I watched the new one, and everyone was saying, they're like, "Oh, it's a remake of Roadhouse." Like, what do you expect? It's a remake of Roadhouse. Like basically saying like Roadhouse is not a serious movie, and don't expect the remake to be that good. It's going to be stupid and fun like the original. So I watched the new one and was obviously sucked. But then watching this, I was like shocked at how good it is as a movie. Like, it is stupid in terms of the plot and a lot of the stuff, but it's well paced, well written. Like, it's like fun and entertaining, and like the whole thing was just like such a refreshing watch after the original. And like I said before, it made me like appreciate this movie so much more having watched the new one. So I will not drag it out. I like this movie, and I understand now why it's a cult classic, because it fucking kicks ass, as it should. So I give this movie a B, because it's not high art, but it's fucking fun and fucking kicked ass. So fucking right.
Fuck yeah.
made me feel good.
Great. Listen, I like the symmetry of the idea that we have 4 people reviewing movies and only one Matt shall review a movie. Also, all Matts are the same. We have one collective brain. I'm sorry to out everybody else on the podcast, but it's just for clarity for everybody. So, new Matt, other Matt, however we want to refer to you, Matt 2797531. Just
Nice.
the thing we do internally. Why don't you go ahead and give the review for all Matts collectively?
Listen, after watching Jake Gyllenhaal and washing myself,
Nipple to nipple.
nipple to nipple,
It was a communal nipple washing, if you will.
you know, just felt I needed to get clean after that first movie. Look, you know what? I'm in the same boat actually as Spencer. I got to admit, I have never seen this movie before watching this, and I did the exact same thing you did. I watched the first one, or the new one, and then I watched this one. And this was so far and above what they made the new one into. It was just, magnificent. And you know what? I mean, we could sit there and say it's dumb, but I think I said earlier, probably not in this podcast because my long-term memory and short-term memory are both really bad. But I said, like, I have gone to a McDonald's before and got it fresh and been satisfied. And that is what this was. And most importantly, I'm going to give this, I'm not even sure. I couldn't remember. Again, short-term memory issues. Was it S a level, like S tier?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it S tier. I'm giving it S tier.
Wow.
And you know why I'm giving it S tier?
Tell him.
Because you're crazy?
Sam Elliott. Coming in, looking like he's 54 years old. So this was made, what, 1942? Mm-hmm. I can't remember.
Accurate.
You know, with that, you know, all his exes are in Texas. You know, like, this is what we were missing. He was the heart. He was the soul. He anchored Swayze, and he never showed his dick.
Shouldn't that bring it down?
No, because we're not good enough to see it.
I think the real response to that is America.
America.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. One other thing, too, I did learn from this because it was somewhat educational. Always have $20 on you. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, those are all good facts. That is a representative for the Matt. We're working at a shop in the name Matt Alliance, Matt Confederacy.
Not Confederacy.
That's a bit,
Yeah,
maybe.
please not the Confederacy.
It's a Matt thing. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, it's, you know, honorable. You know?
Yeah,
It
like
represents
Brad,
a grand old time.
like Brad Wesley represented.
Oh, no.
Misunderstood.
Oh, no.
Listen, next week we're doing another action movie, and we are because we're on a kick. We're liking it. Plus, everyone's a cooler. It's The Beekeeper. America's cooler. You'll find out when you watch the movie. I may have seen it already. We're gonna watch The Beekeeper. It is an action movie. It is 100% a Jason Statham vehicle. I don't know how to sell it to you otherwise. If you say Josh Hutcherson, you're wrong. I'm not sure why, but trust me. But The Beekeeper, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna review it. It is streaming somewhere. I don't know.
It's true.
Nice
It's on
job.
the internet. Go find it. You guys have any last words?
Nope.
Great job. That's why
Great
I
job,
let you
everybody.
Do this.
Just dead air.
No, you know what? It's fine. I got this. This is why I'm the host, Spencer, and you're the backup. Beekeeper, next week. We'll see you next time.
Now, I do declare that there is another movie that needs to be watched, and it is Roadhouse